How about we go live? That should be setting us live right there. Let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me. Let me know if everything's working, because Lord knows it has been difficult getting this stream going almost on time. We were 2 minutes late, which is a lot better than it could have been, because I set all of this up an hour ago, and I came in here 15 minutes ago, and all the cameras were not connecting to the rig. So I think something's gone wrong. I don't know if the capture card has died or quit or what. So I had to completely reset the stream up with the backup capture cards, and here we are. So y'all let me know. Is audio good? Video good? Looks like we've got quite a few folks in the chat over there already. Let's see. A lot of conversation going on. Country boy. Man, I hate to hear about your grandmother. So hopefully she gets to feeling better. Mike Hammond in the chat. Smokey's here. Kenny Money sipping on some Yellowstone, I guess. DKG Lance 141. Looks like we got a packed house to get this one started. Seth Wilson in here as well. Appreciate everybody coming and hanging out. We're going to try to do something just a little bit different today. So what we're going to do, we're just trying to play around. And I'm open to any game y'all can come up with in the future. Like, obviously we need to plan and prepare, but my wife is going to pour 3 whiskeys and Weller Antique 107, and I have no idea what she's going to pick. She's going to pick them live here on the stream, and she's going to pour them for us. I'm going to leave, go into another room, and when I come back, I have to pick which one is Weller Antique 107, and if I don't, then I'm going to have to drink some hot sauce. What kind of hot sauce do you bring, Jill? It's probably not that hot. We didn't prepare. I literally came up with the idea today.
I got a twist to it.
Oh, no. What is it?
You have to add pesto to it.
Oh, God. Okay, so we have to do a Tabasco and pesto shot. And I don't have the zoom-in camera because all of that completely broke about 15 minutes before the stream. But we have to do I hate pesto, too. Mm-hmm. That's worse than the hot sauce. Can I just do the hot sauce?
No. You have to do the pesto.
All right, we better get this right. The pressure is on now. Lord have mercy. The pressure is on. Y'all hit that like button. Let's see if we can get some folks in here. Horses and Bourbon, good evening to you as well. Newty, I don't stream on Twitch at this point, but we may experiment with it at some point. Scott, man, this pesto's cooking. I don't want to have to eat that stuff. That's for sure. Satisfying's Muslim and doesn't know what he's doing here. Hey, man, you can just hang out, you know. I'm drinking. You don't have to. You're welcome to just hang out. Rusty's Glock's here. Nathan, thank you. I appreciate it. Saucy in the house. Cheers to you as well. Oh, the pesto's bad. It's bad. It's not going to be good. It's not. But I mean, can it be worse than some of the tasting notes I do voluntarily? It probably can. It probably can. With the old tub in the back, the old tub is actually a little tester bottle that we've done some stuff with. That's the one we distilled all the alcohol out, and it's like 160 proof alcohol, and then we put a aging stick in it. So it's over there aging. It's not getting better. It just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. The Bay loves my content. Thank you. I appreciate it. Well, join these live streams, man. We hang out. We have a good time. We drink a little too much sometimes, but not too bad, you know. Just chilling out. And Dickel, I don't have any George Dickel, Smokey. I get rid of all the Dickel. Where does the Brewzle name come from? The Brewzle name really is it's a long story. I'm in e-commerce, so I don't know if anybody else, but most folks in tech, sometimes you'll have an idea and you'll just register the domain. Sometimes I'll even do the branding. Like, I designed the Brewzle logo and everything for this idea, and then we never really did the idea. We were going to do like a beer recommendation algorithm, and that was probably 10, 12 years ago. And so I've just had it. We had talked about doing a distillery app. We've talked about 2 or 3 projects for the name over the years. So when I started doing reviews, we were going to do beer reviews and all sorts of stuff as well. So I thought it was fitting, but we kind of started on whiskey and it just took off. So the branding doesn't exactly match, but who cares? It's fun. It's easy to remember. Pretty simple. DKG offered to do it for some proper 12. Dumped 1,400 barrels of Weller last week. Could you get me just one of them, please? All I need is one. I'm not being greedy. I don't feel like it's too much to ask. If you dump 1,400, that I could just get one of them. I think that's logical. What's going on, Frank, man? Appreciate you hanging out. Weller 107 is one of the best whiskeys. The real Nizzle is at work tonight. That sucks, man, but hopefully you can live vicariously through us. So I'm going to let Jill pick these whiskeys. Jill, Miss Brewzle. Jilly Burke 78. Oh, you got a big microphone in your face there. Oh. You got to talk. If you want to talk to them, you got to point at that thing, because if you point it away from it, it won't hear you real well.
Okay, got it.
So she's going to pick these for us. She's got some other stuff to do. She's not going to hang out for the whole stream. But make sure y'all are in the Discord as well. Hopefully some mods. I don't know if we got any mods in here at this point, but I'll get a Discord link to you here in just a second when I get back if you're not. But she's been over there. I know she's been chatting with Nate. Uncle Nate drinks whiskey. I know he's been DMing her, trying to give her suggestions to stump me on the Weller Antique 107. So she's going to tell y'all what bottles she's pouring. I mean, you'll see her pouring them right here.
Yeah, I'm not going to say them out loud.
But don't tell me, okay? I mean, if you want to tell me, you could say they're wrong. You could say the wrong bottle to throw me off. Like but don't tell me the right ones. Yeah, I mean, we do the Dr. Pepper. Why not? We don't take it too serious. So I'm going to chase it with Dr. Pepper, which is going to completely throw my taste buds off. All right, so Cheech has got there with the Patreon. Drop the Discord. Looks like DKG's already in there. Keep you notified on the Lincoln. I got you. All right, I'm going to go hide in another room. You come knock on the door and let me know. But just kind of keep them informed of what you're doing. But don't be too loud, because I'm going to be in there with the door closed. I can hear a little bit.
Okay.
So show them more than tell them.
Yeah, I'm going to show you guys which ones I pick. And yes, thank you, Uncle Nate, because Uncle Nate's been helping me, because I don't really know how to stump Brewzle, because he's hard to stump. So we're going to do this one, of course. Let's see. I got to write this down. We got A, B, C, D. Let's see. A, B, C, D. Oh, goodness. Okay, I can't talk loud because he can still hear me, so. But you guys saw this one is in this one. See? All right. Now I have to get on a ladder because I'm too short to reach most of his selection. Oops, sorry, not collection, selection. All right, so let's see. First pick. I'm going to go with, let me get this ladder up here. Okay. I don't know if this is a good one or not, but we're going to go with it. He had several different ones of these, and I don't know which one to go with. So this is going to be the first one. I think, I don't know, can you guys see this? I can't tell. Can y'all say? Somebody say yes, we can see this. But that's the first one. That's going to go up against the Weller. Oh, this is hard. Okay. I'm going to put it in this glass. Okay. All right, so that's our first contestant. And I have to put it back. I don't know how much of what I should write on here, but ooh, I don't know if that matters. Maybe that matters. We'll put it on there. All right, now back on the ladder. Okay. So he cannot tell what I did. All right, that's the first one. Second is this one. All right. Now, we're going to go with this. You guys tell me if these are good picks, because I really don't know. But we're going to go with this. Ooh, that one's darker. All right. Oh yeah, y'all think I'm gonna stump him with any of these? I don't know. All right, one more. We got one more to do. Let's see, where is it at? I have an idea. Where'd it go? Oh, there's two of these also, but I'm gonna go with the other one. We're gonna go with this one. All right, last one. All right, and we're gonna put that one in here. Okay. Am I doing a good job? I don't know. We'll see. All right. Now we're gonna go get him. Let's see if we can stump Brewzle. I don't think that matters, but we're gonna put that down too. All right, and I've got the results, and I'm gonna hide it from him. And let's hope he has to drink pesto and hot sauce. He hates pesto. I'm being so mean. He really does hate pesto. He won't eat it in anything I cook. All right, I'm gonna go get him. I'll be right back. We're ready. All right, let's go.
You picked him?
I picked him.
Did you do good?
I think I did okay. Did I do good? Oh, thank you, Seth. Yes, and thanks to Nate, too.
You can read that way over there?
I have my new glasses.
Oh, you're good to go, huh?
I'm good to go now.
Well, y'all, if y'all gave her any suggestions, hit the chat. Pump a bunch of chats in there to roll it out so I don't see it.
Don't tell
All right,
me
just let's get this pesto shot ready. What do you think? Right here. Okay, let's get this pesto and there's a spoon right there. Oh, you gonna make it?
Yeah, you can't do the pesto. You put like nothing in there.
Here you go. Here you go.
If I stump you, I should get to make the pesto
You
shot.
get to make it. You get to make it. 133. She doubled our viewership. Maybe I should just hand her the stream. The views doubled while I was gone. What happened? Lord, have mercy.
Smell that.
Oh,
that smells so good. Oh my gosh.
Why does people
I love
eat that nonsense?
Pesto. Oh, it's so good. It's like garlic. It smells like, oh man.
Oh, I may not be able to taste anything at this point. Lord, have mercy.
All right, how much pesto should I put in here, guys? A whole.
What percentage pesto versus hot sauce? What do we got?
A whole forkful. I think a whole fork. I think this calls for the whole jar, maybe.
Lord, have mercy.
Oh my goodness, that smells so good.
It smells I can't even smell the whiskey. That's all you better put the top back on that. We may have to set something on top of that New Orleans glass there.
Here we go.
Everybody say a 5 to 1. Hank's trying to kill me. Hank's trying to kill me.
Oh my gosh. I feel like I'm in science class.
Yeah, okay, I think that's probably good. Just
good?
stir it up real good.
Ooh.
I better get this right. There better be no tricks. One of these better be Weller Antique 107.
Guys, I wouldn't do that. One of them's Weller.
This is my last bottle of Weller, too.
One of them's Weller. Oh.
My last one. I normally try to keep 5 or 6. I don't know. I don't want to smell that.
Oh, wow.
I don't want to smell that. I hated science class. Apparently, I do, too, if they're going to be doing this.
Oh, my goodness.
Tabasco isn't hot sauce. It's baby formula. That's what I said, too. I said, Cheech, we should get a hotter hot sauce. But, like, this idea just came up this afternoon. So she threw the pesto in there to make it disgusting. It's not super hot. I can handle the Tabasco sauce.
You can't just get away with
But I'll be honest, I hate pesto. I'll drink that whole bottle of hot sauce before I have a thimble full of that freaking pesto.
So you have to guess exactly which one of these is Weller.
Yes,
right?
or I have to say this one is Weller or that one is Weller. I have to pick the right one.
Okay.
And you've got them written down and you got them away from me so I can't see them.
Can't see them.
So if I were trying to stump me, I would have picked Buffalo Trace products with high proof. So maybe an E.H. Taylor, 100 proof Buffalo Trace. I might have picked a Rock Hill Farms, 100 proof Buffalo Trace. You might have could have gone Blanton's Gold. So all of those would be under 107 proof. So what would you put in here that was 107 proof or higher? I don't think anything else would stump me. I think those would be the only ones that might get me.
Okay.
That's all you're giving me. I was trying to read her. That's all she's giving me. What about a shot of vinegar?
We can add vinegar.
Horseradish, Frank. They are trying to kill me. They are trying to kill me.
under the
Y'all are
target.
cruel, cruel, cruel people. What do we-
absinthe.
Absinthe? Absinthe?
Absinthe. We can add that to it. All the things.
Not much. Do you know what that tastes like? Have you ever had absinthe?
No.
Here, have a little taste of that. Have a little taste of
No,
that.
it's not me guessing.
It's black licorice.
Ooh. We gotta add some black licorice to it.
Y'all see this, right? I know you can't see her because she's off camera, but she's adding this crap in there. It's getting out of hand. Okay, it is getting out of hand. What's going on, ADHD whiskey? We're doing some really dumb things here tonight.
Science class.
My favorite regular sipper. I say regular. I mean, I'm running out of it, but when I have it, this is my favorite bottle of whiskey that I drink the most of, and so I think I could pick this out of just about any flight out there. And so we're going to put that to the test tonight. And my wife and the chat here, I assume, definitely Nate, have picked three other whiskeys from the bar. And one of these is Weller Antique 107. And if I don't get it right, if I don't pick the right one, I have to drink this concoction of hot sauce, absinthe, and pesto. Lord, the pressure is a lot higher than I expected it to be. I'm going to be honest with you. When it was just hot sauce, I was like, that's not a problem. I can handle that. But, that's what's going on in the chat here. Never found Weller ever. This used to drop once a month here in Alabama, so I had 5 or 6 of them. But they were so easy to come by. I ended up trading or giving a couple of them away, and now I can't find them, so I'm about out of them. Oh, yeah, I'm going to be in trouble. My stomach already is turning over. I've already got knots in my stomach from the smell of that thing. Can we move it? You can leave it in camera, but get it as far away from me in the camera as possible. Don't get it closer to me. Should have put some George Dick. If I had some George Dickel, that would have been the ultimate right there. But I try not to keep that stuff on the bar. I'm in Alabama there, Harry. Got it in a New Orleans glass. I mean, that was literally the only glass clean. We had some folks over this weekend. I haven't washed all the glasses. So I had to wash these, and that was the only other one clean. So, scam, this is all actually tea. You're right. Definitely tea. There's no alcohol in any of these, for sure. For sure. Weller Land. All right.
Are you scared?
I'm pretty nervous, I'm going to be honest. The stakes are high.
You scared. I got you scared. You scared.
That's not it. Too much oak on that one.
You sure?
Yep. Glass of 90s Chivas Regal, I'll bet. I don't think that's it. I'm going to taste them too, don't worry. But we're going to see if I can guess it. I'm going to guess it on nose, and then we're going to go back through. I'm not scared of a shot, but it's freaking
Pesto
and freaking absinthe.
and hot sauce.
Not sure about that one. You're making me nervous just standing there.
Oh.
If I had to guess on nose, I'm going to go with D. Oh, I don't know. Hold on. C's hitting me with the sweetness. It's C right there for sure. Oh, God, they all smell the same going back through. Except for that one. It's not that one. That one's ruled out for sure. But going back through, they're all sweet. Oh, see. That's got a nice sweetness to it. That's a Buffalo Trace product.
So if you get the nose wrong, you have to take
No.
Yes.
I've got to pick. I'm going to try them. Don't be trying to change the rules on me now that you've made it god awful.
Chad. I think that if he gets the nose wrong, he has to take a sip of it. And then if he gets the taste wrong, he has to take a sip of it. What do y'all think? I think that he has to. Like, if you get the smell wrong, you take a shot.
Okay. I'll drink half.
Yeah.
At the end, not before I taste them, because I don't want to just wreck my taste buds.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, gotcha.
All right. All right, so on the nose, A and D are ruled out.
On the nose.
I know, that's really a douchey way
On
of
the
putting it, isn't it?
nose.
On the nose. This one is horrendous. Jill just changes the rules as she goes, Smokey, to make my life just slightly harder.
I do make the rules. I make all the rules. But we can't tell you if you're right on the smell until you do the taste.
It's C. No, you can't tell me, but it's C.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
No, 100% not that. That's kind of dry. That bottle's oxidized just a little. It's got proof. It's got oakiness. But that's not a Buffalo Trace product. Unless the oxidizing is kind of messing with it a little bit. Oh, I got to guess the rest too. I don't know what that is. It's not bad, but it is a little, the flavors are a little muted on that one, and it's a little oaky. Now, I had that Old Fitz the other day, and that was a little oxidized. It could be that Old Fitz. Could be. I don't know. There's a little... Not sure on that one. I have no idea. Where's my cigar? She won't let me smoke in the house, nor do I really want to smoke in the house. So it's probably bullet. We don't have any bullet. We don't have any bullet. So let's do the Dr. Pepper rinse here, because, you know, we're highly professional. I'm pretty sure all the professionals use Dr. Pepper Zero to rinse the palate out in between whiskey tastings.
You think so?
Coke. DKG says Coke for sure. That Dr. Pepper really throws everything off. It does.
It's sweet. So
it throws everything off.
I would think that.
Do we have water? We don't even have a bottle of water down here, do we?
We have some distilled water.
Yeah.
That you can put in this cup I have.
They say if I get them all right, you have to drink.
Hey, don't turn on me. You don't turn on me.
Great palate cleanser.
Don't turn on me.
23 flavors is too many for a rinse. That's a great point. That is a great point there.
Y'all don't turn on me.
Oh, okay. I don't know that one. You know, if you walk through here, you're going to be on camera, right? She's going that way, okay. That one's going to be tougher to get. It's simple. It's got a little bitterness, a little bit of a bitter oak bite to it, but nothing terribly bad. But I'm really not feeling that today. Like whatever that is not something I'm super feeling today. It must be an expensive bottle.
I don't know. You tell me.
It's not Weller Antique 107.
Okay.
Guarantee you that.
Okay.
You're making me nervous.
If you're sure.
You're making me nervous. I'm gonna put C at the end there.
If you're sure.
What can't see you looking at me. Quit looking at me. Should solicit sponsorship. There you go. Anybody know anyone at Dr. Pepper or Coke Zero or something, you know? Sponsor for the rents. That's funny. We should do that, seriously. I don't know if we're quite big enough, but hey, we got 192 views. That's not viewers, those concurrent viewers, 65 concurrent. That means we ran everybody off. I was looking at views, not viewers. I like that whiskey. It's not Weller, but I like, not Antique 107, but I like that. Is that Special Reserve? I don't think so. That might be, though. I don't think the proof's high enough on it, though. I think the proof's too high on it, excuse me. I'm trying to guess what they are. They're definitely not Weller Antique 107, but nah, neither of those are that good. Not as good as this one. I haven't even tried this one. It's not as good as that one. So y'all let me know. Am I right so far? Is it C? Don't let me know. I'm just picking. Don't let me know. I'm feeling that one better than the first two. Still not Weller Antique 107. It may be. It may be, Frank. We don't have a Weller 12. But it could be, like, one of them could be foolproof. I don't think either of them's foolproof, though. None of them are hitting me. That one might be. That one might be foolproof, but they're not. If they're foolproof, my taste buds are a little off after drinking some Dr. Pepper or something. Because I'm not getting that kind of Weller flavor on them. That kind of sweetness that I would expect. No, I don't have to get all four. I just got to pick the Weller Antique 107. That's all. I just got to get the Antique 107 on the nose, smelling it, and drinking it. Now, I said C, smelling it. And now I don't smell much of anything. One of those did hit me with a little proof. So my palate is a little oxidized. I still think that's it, but my palate is a little oxidized. Like everything's tasting a little.
You can't blame it on the Dr. Pepper. Why are you going to rinse it out with Dr. Pepper again?
Why not? My taste buds are a little damaged here tonight.
Was it the pasta earlier?
Could have been. Like, I'm definitely not picking up the subtle notes that I was picking up, that I normally pick up on Weller Antique 107. And if y'all haven't done blinds at home, if you haven't done blinds, especially if you don't even know what the bottles are, Lord, it's a lot of fun. Because your mind starts to play tricks on you, and you don't know, you know, and you're not susceptible to hype. It really is all about the flavors. And flavors hit you different depending on the day, what you've eaten, what you've drank that day. I'm not as confident as I had hoped.
You're not as confident as you had hoped.
That may be Weller foolproof there.
One of them's Weller 107.
Yeah, and one of them's foolproof. Which is 114 proof. It's still not A.
Still not A. You sure?
And that may be Special Reserve. I don't know. So we're going to go Old Fitz, Special Reserve. Foolproof. 107. So, Old Fitz at 9. That's what 8. 8's what I got open. 9. Old Fitz 9. Weller Special Reserve. Weller Full Proof. Weller Antique 107.
All right. You sure? Before
No,
I hand you this paper.
I'm most definitely not sure at all.
Are you sure?
In the least bit.
You don't want to go change any of that?
I don't want to change any of that.
Okay. You sure?
Certain.
Okay.
How are they written? Like I'm trying to just look at A. Yeah. Okay. McKenna. Okay. That makes sense. That's fitting. That's fitting. And then I just moved down for B. Maker's Mark. Oh, the 46. It had an oakiness, but I didn't pick up that was French oak finish. That's why it's kind of, I said it was kind of a little bitterness, and it's that French oak. So I suck at picking all the other bottles, but we got a 50-50 shot at this point. But I wasn't real sure between those two. See? I could tell that one was a Weller, but I really thought it was the full proof. I thought the proof was higher. And I told you my palate was a little off, and I couldn't pick up the Weller sweetness. Like I normally get just a little sweetness on the end. Some drinks I would get it on that one. Some drinks I would get it on this one. It's just weird. And Lord.
What?
I don't want to drink this crap.
Baby, you got it right, you big dude head.
I said I reversed them.
Weller is sick.
I reversed them. Lord, I thought I had it wrong because I moved it. I moved it to the end.
I should have let it.
Oh my God. I thought I had it wrong. See, I moved it to the end, so I thought it was D. Oh, God.
Oh, man, I should have let him drink it.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah. I reversed them, so I was screwed up. Oh, I was like, oh, God, I don't know what I'm talking about. No, I'm the king, baby. I'm the king, baby.
Ever to not make you think you should have drank that.
Only two folks know that. That's the Chinese and the king, baby.
I still think you have to.
Oh, God. Whew, it wasn't excuses. I got it right, Kale. It wasn't excuses. It was legitimate reasons. I was trying to explain it to myself. I'm going to be honest with you. I wasn't trying to make excuses for y'all. I was trying to explain it to myself. Like, how can I... Like, honestly, I did think this was a Weller product, though.
The larceny?
Yeah, the larceny hits a lot better than I remember. I get some of that sweetness, but I did think the proof was high on that. And that larceny is a barrel proof. That's what was throwing me off on it. So it's a lot higher proof. What is the larceny? It's like 120 or 30 proof or something. Like it's a high. Yeah, 122 proof. 122 proof. So I was like, that's pretty freaking hot. I threw myself out. You could have just let me just go ahead and drink the pesto. I would have.
Drink the pesto.
Because I reversed. Like, don't reverse. Don't go playing mind games on myself here, okay? Lord, have mercy. D was larceny.
Yep.
D was larceny, which is a wheated bourbon. I thought the proof was high, so I was like, that proof is too high for Weller Antique 107.
Darn.
This one had all the flavors, but honestly, my taste buds weren't picking up some of the subtlety I normally get. But this is a brand new bottle. The one I've been drinking is a store pick. So this one, my flavor, I think, is a little bit off on it. What was B again? Maker's Mark 46. Honestly, the Maker's 46 is the biggest surprise. This Henry McKenna tastes about like I remember. Pretty good, but a little kind of bitter oak being 10 years, so it can come across a little flat, a little oxidized.
Which batch of Larson? I don't know.
Oh, that's an old one. Go grab it for me if you would. It's a A120, I think. It's, I would say old, couple of years. A120. Lord.
Man.
So you drink the mixture. Sorry, Jerome. I don't think I'm going to suggest. I won. I shouldn't have to do it.
You thought you lost, so that kind of is losing. So you should at least sip it.
Hell no.
Come on.
Hell no.
Come on.
If I would have lost, I'd have done it. But I want, so y'all will just have to
But you thought you lost.
You will just have to get better next week at stumping me.
No, you thought you lost.
You will have to get better.
You thought you lost.
You got to get better.
You thought you lost.
You got to do better. Like, this is the best you and Nate could come up with?
We did pretty good. Like, you almost picked the other one.
Hey, close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
Well, I'm sure there's some horseshoes around here somewhere.
There are down at the
There's
end
no
of the
hand
house.
grenades, but,
there might be a couple in the, never mind.
I still think you should taste it.
Don't do it. I'm not doing it.
What
I'm not
proof
doing
is
it.
this?
It's proof that I'm an idiot if I drink it. That's what
Okay.
proof it is.
I really think.
Lord have mercy.
I really think because I almost stumped you.
But you didn't.
You should take a sip.
I tell you what. Seeing how I won, you should drink it.
No, I shouldn't.
You should drink it.
No.
You take a sip.
Nope.
You drink half. I'll drink the other half.
I'm not drinking half. I'll take a sip if you take a sip.
Okay. But you got to do it on camera. You got to come on over here and let
Okay.
everybody see. And you can't be like taking no fake sips.
I'm not taking.
Are you going to sit on my lap?
I ain't gonna take a fake sip.
Come on. Look at the camera right here, right there. See right there?
Where's it at?
Look at them, right there.
Right there.
Right there. It's down below, right beside this monitor. There's a camera.
Hold on.
Drink that.
Oh, wait a minute.
Better pour some water. You can't have any of my Dr. Pepper. It's
I got my
precious.
own Dr. Pepper.
Precious.
I don't need your Dr. Pepper.
This stream's brought to you by Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper Zero. Tastes just like real Dr. Pepper.
Ooh.
Except not exactly like real Dr. Pepper. Almost like real Dr. Pepper.
No,
If your
this
taste
is
buds
pretty
weren't
darn
working.
close to real Dr. Pepper.
I mean, it tastes better than Diet Dr. That's the official motto. This stream's brought to you by Dr. Pepper Zero, which tastes better than Diet Dr. Pepper, but not as good as real Dr. Pepper unless your taste buds are broken.
Okay. Oh my goodness. This smells horrible. And I love pesto.
Oh, Rob, that's good. I like. That is done, Rob. ANTQ 107 plates on the Lincoln. I was just gonna do Brewzle, but I just put a Brewzle plate on front and put Antique 107 on the back. I like it. I like it.
All right. The things I do for love.
Yeah, this stream is not sponsored by Dr. Pepper, but if anybody has any connections to Dr. Pepper, please let me know. I've been driving that 72 Lincoln everywhere, man. What do you think? Just like, oh, that's pretty good. She likes pesto. She put all her favorite crap in here that I hate. How is it? You being strong for the camera?
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. Did you say that again? It's not bad.
It's not bad. Burns a little.
We've been going everywhere in the Lincoln. I haven't been anywhere, but everywhere I went in the Lincoln. I still got to get tag and insurance. We've been driving it without tags or insurance.
Oh, God.
I quit.
No!
I
No! You have got to do it. Ugh.
I may throw up, though.
No. It's still burning. Oh, my
Why would
gosh.
you do this? This is dumb.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
This is not entertainment. This is not entertainment. This is torture. Oh,
And my lips are burning.
I would gag a maggot. God.
Oh my gosh, that was horrible. Whew.
Jesus Christ. Let's get back to drinking Weller Antique 107. You gonna join us or you
I think I'm gonna tap out.
Okay. Well, thank you for your assistance.
You're welcome.
You did a wonderful job in attempting to stump me. You were not quite good enough.
I know.
You know?
Gosh, I'll get better next time.
But it was harder.
Thank
well,
you, Uncle Nate.
There were two that were very clearly not it, but that larceny messed with me a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. I would have went with like I said, I would have went Rock Hill Farms. Like that sweetness is what I'm looking for. That's what I'm keying on, and I think some of that Buffalo Trace might have done it.
Those were all things you would know.
They're so close, though, right? You're splitting hairs, and with as messed up as my taste buds seem to be today, I might have got me. You might have got me.
I'll get you next time.
I doubt it.
We'll get you next time.
I doubt it.
No.
I doubt it.
I got faith in me.
I have extreme confidence in you except for when it comes to getting something over on me.
No. I just made you drink pesto and hot sauce.
No, I just made you drink pesto and
No.
hot sauce. You wasn't even supposed to be a part of the stream.
I made you drink it.
Did I?
You did drink it, yes.
Or was that all an act?
It wasn't an act. I
Okay.
saw you. Oh, gosh, it's still burning in my
Hey, would you take it?
Yeah.
And just get rid of, like, don't throw the glass away.
I'm not going to throw the
Yeah, but just, like, get rid of the pesto and, like, just get that crap off my bar.
Yep.
So before I smell it. Lord have mercy.
Bye, everybody.
LaRue 72. Bye, Jill.
Bye. I'm going to go watch on now.
All right, appreciate it. Finally something. Oh, dude, my tasting notes videos are usually worse than Dickel. Okay? All right, so what are we doing? What are we talking about now? What are we going to do now? Like, now that we stretched that out for 42 minutes. We managed to stretch that for 42 minutes.
What are you going to do in your life?
We're just going to hang out. What does everybody want to talk about? I got this in the mail the other day. What do y'all think about this nonsense right here? Somebody sent me a non-alcoholic spirit. So we're in that weird place where people will send me stuff for free, but they will not actually pay me to promote their stuff. So Dr. Pepper would probably send me as much Dr. Pepper Zero as I want. And honestly, as broke as I go every month trying to buy Dr. Pepper Zero, I probably should just take that sponsorship if they want to do it.
Absolutely.
But they won't pay me to promote Dr. Pepper Zero. What is it?
I'm leaving.
Okay, well, you got to go across the camera. I know you seem to be having some anxiety about that. Just go. You're just going to get a close-up, blurry vision of Jill. Vision of heaven. Non-alcoholic. That's what I said. It's like, if you can't make an alcoholic drink that was designed to be alcoholic, then just have a Dr. Pepper Zero. Like, you can just pour Dr. Pepper Zero over ice and sip it while you're at some sort of party. But realistically, it's kind of cool to be at a place and have other folks around and have a non-alcoholic cocktail. So this is Kentucky 74 spiced God knows what. It is a distilled non-alcoholic spirit. Why do you distill it? I guess to make it kind of taste like it might be a whiskey or something. It is a distilled non-alcoholic spirit for whiskey cocktails. So we are going to take this guy in a video probably next week, and we're going to make an old-fashioned out of it and see what it tastes like versus an alcoholic old-fashioned. That's kind of fun. That'll be a fun video. I've also got a couple of other fun things in the works. What is a good starter whiskey? Okay, so when you're starting in whiskey, you want to try a bunch of different things. You want to do some low-proof stuff, and you want to try a bunch of different distilleries to see what you like. So start with stuff that's 80, 90 proof. If you can get a Buffalo Trace, great. An Eagle Rare, fantastic. Even like Old Forester 86 proof would be a good one. An Elijah Craig small batch might be interesting. Just try a bunch of different stuff and see what you like. It's pretty good. You don't mind it, Jordan Rose says. Pour it up. I'm not going to pour it. I want to... If we shoot a video with an open bottle, like we shot a review of Angel's Envy the other day, and literally like half of the comments we got early is like, why is the bottle half empty? So we like to have a full bottle for the review, so we'll do that. But you know what? We probably do need to know what it tastes like, right? Like, we probably do need to give it a little try, because if it sucks, I don't want to create a video about it. I have no idea how to open it, though. Less is yes is their motto here, and I cannot figure out how to open this for the life of me. It's like fully sealed up top. There's a seam right here. What if I just bite it? What if I just do that? If y'all don't watch the long form videos, you may not be aware of this, but I really suck at opening things. Like, I can't open anything. This is where I need like the close-up camera going, right? All right, so we need to see if this is actually any good. See if we have maybe one more clean. Well, I mean, I have these little guys from our taster set video we're about to have to do, so I do have these guys clean. Hear that cork pop. That's a pretty solid cork pop. All right, so Spiritless Kentucky 74 spiced is all it says. It doesn't say what it is. It just says no non-alcoholic. Does that say cinnamon whiskey? I think that says cinnamon whiskey. Again, y'all don't realize how dark it is in here, so I'm going to need a light. Cinnamon whiskey, oh, Lord. So this is like non-alcoholic Fireball, apparently. And it smells just like cinnamon. So, what's the purpose in that? Like, I can't make an old-fashioned with a cinnamon whiskey. I got to find a cocktail that calls for Fireball. Like, what do y'all put Fireball in? Don't y'all whippersnappers just drink Fireball, like, straight? I know there's got to be some whippersnappers in here. What do y'all drink Fireball with? Am I just pouring this over ice? Like, it just tastes like a cinnamon stick. It tastes like good old cinnamon toast. Just drink the strawberry lemonade. Every restaurant got some kind of flavored drink for sure. Wild Turkey 101 is a good one. That's a little high proof, but pretty good. Stay away from that's absinthe and pesto is terrible. A knife would be useful, Cheech, but that's just asking too much. Like, that requires, forethought and preparation and stuff like that. I do have a knife. I was just using it to open packages in there today. Swallows the plastic? I'm good. I can handle a little plastic. But seriously, if y'all could smell, I'm going to put this up to the microphone. Can y'all smell that? It smells just like a cinnamon stick. Like, that is just watered down cinnamon water. Like, if I just took some cinnamon and put it in some water and just swirled it around for a little while, like, I don't know why you had to distill that. I don't understand why that's a distilled anything, because it just tastes like cinnamon water. That's it. Like, it's just cinnamon water. Now, I didn't agree to do a video on this. They just sent it. It just showed up in the mail. It's just like, hey, hope you enjoy this. And so, of course, they're hoping we create a video on it. I didn't say I would. So I'm not real sure what to do with cinnamon water. Like, y'all got some ideas? Like, I'm okay with making a video if we can find something interesting. But it's just freaking cinnamon water. No joke. I could just pour some cinnamon in some water. Fireball and coconut rum. Straight out the bottle. Pour Fireball and Mountain Dew flaming hot. That sounds like it might be interesting. I've got a video coming about Fireball. We're going to do a Fireball video here pretty soon. We'll see. I've got a really fun idea with that, though. A knife in every room. I probably should. I'm a redneck. I'm redneck enough. I'm from Alabama. I could probably just carry a knife at all times. But I rarely ever leave the house, so it's not something I need a lot of. I did buy a pocket knife. I'm not sure where it's located. Mix it with the OY. No. This is a religious experience. We can't put cinnamon water in it. You take the Fireball and put it directly in the trash. Makes sense. That would probably be a funny video where I was like, oh, they sent me this, and then I just pour it out. They wouldn't be particularly happy about it, and then other people might not give me things. So that would suck a little bit, but it would be hilarious. So they could put distilled on the label. Seth has got it figured out. Seth has got all of this crap figured out right here. Kentucky spiced non-alcoholic cinnamon whiskey. Distilled non-alcoholic spirit. Like, why distill a non-alcoholic? Like, the whole point of distilling is to concentrate the alcohol, but you've got some crap that doesn't have alcohol. Why are you trying to concentrate it? Probably they just use really contaminated water. So this is like from Mississippi's water system or Flint, Michigan. They had to distill the water to then make some sort of cinnamon water. Rum chata. Might work. Make oatmeal. I could just pour it in some oatmeal. Actually, Roscoe, that would be kind of interesting. That's not, I mean, obviously it's not their intended use, But I bet if you use that as the water to make oatmeal, it would be pretty delicious. Make a cinnamon simple syrup. That's not a bad idea either. It's watered down Fireball. It's not even watered down Fireball. It's just water Fireball. Angry Orchard. I'm a lightweight. Nothing wrong with being a lightweight there, DKG. It's not, like, this is not bad. It's just cinnamon water. Like, it's one of those things to where if you were using this as a spirit to make a drink, why not just make the drink without a spirit and add a dash of cinnamon? And then you didn't have to buy this. That's all. That's all. Little Brewzle has the knife. Seth's in the Discord for sure. Little Brewzle probably stole the knife and went somewhere with it. She was coming down just a minute ago and went to her room. She may have took the knife with her. They probably, hey, Ben, they probably did distill the water. That's what I'm saying. Don't talk, country boys over in Mississippi. Somewhere a Mexican grandma is trying to make, but somebody stole her cinnamon water. Exactly. I bet, but cinnamon simple syrup would be pretty good. That's obviously at least, condensed down. It's not just water. And I think that would probably make a pretty good, I have no idea what that costs, right? They just sent me the bottle. I have no idea the cost on that. But I'm sure you could just make water and add cinnamon and then make a simple syrup out of it. How is the Old Scout? The Old Scout was actually really good. We used it in a little lineup. Now that's a store pick. So that's an Alabama ABC store pick. And I want to say it may have been a week ago today. Yeah, because last week we did the finished whiskey lineup. So the last live stream on Wednesday. So on Monday we did MGP sourced whiskey, and that's an MGP sourced barrel, and then ABC did a store pick on it, and it won that. Like, it's a really, really good store pick for sure. So I went to the store the other day. I got had. Y'all gonna laugh at me. I went to the Bourbon Drop and I filmed a video. And the video I wanted to film, and it's an interesting case study to me because Blanton's is obviously fairly popular and not super easy to get for a lot of folks, but it drops here in Alabama almost every month with the drop. But this month we had a home football game, which kind of screwed things up a little bit. The football game kicked off at 11. The Bourbon Drop was at 10. So that limited the number of people. And then they did not drop Blanton's at the main store in Auburn. So over in Opelika, in this little store that's kind of remote, is the only place in the area that got a bottle of Blanton's. And so I got up in the morning and I drove over there, and I got there at like 7 o'clock and nobody was in line. I had a couple of people. Kyle, who's in our Discord, said he was coming, but he ended up getting caught up at work or something and couldn't come. So I show up at 7. I'm the only person there. So I go get breakfast, hang out for a little while, come back at like 7:45, 8 o'clock. Still the only person there. Well, actually, at that point, one guy pulled up, but then he left. And so the next people, 2 and 3, showed up at like 8:15, and then about 9:15, 5 and 6 showed up. They only got 6 bottles of Blanton's, turns out. We didn't know it at the time, but they only got 6 bottles. So I did this whole video, took the Lincoln, drove there, hung out for a little while, and ended up buying a bottle of Blanton's. But I missed the main drop. What I really wanted was a Heaven's Door Decade series. So after the Auburn game, say about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, well, the game started at 11, so it was 2:30. I drove to the liquor store where Heaven's Door dropped. And I bought, and they had one sitting there. I was like, oh, that Heaven's Door y'all got. That was the only thing on the list. That Heaven's Door y'all got. Have you got any left? I would like one of those. They're like, yeah, sure, we got one. I was like, okay. So I bought it and some other bottles we'll talk about in a second. And I know y'all are zoomed out. You probably can't see that. But turns out, this is not the Heaven's Door Decade series. I didn't even look. I had some people with me. We were just casually cruising in. This was the only Heaven's Door they were supposed to get in the drop, so they had it behind the counter. And I said, I'll just take that. That looks pretty good. Like, you got the Heaven's Door? Yes. But this is the Heaven's Door cask strength store pick from Alabama ABC. Not the Decade series whatsoever. I think of the receipts in the box over there. You know when they give you a box, you bought too much whiskey. But this was what I ended up buying. And it may be fantastic. It may be great. This will do. We're going to do a video on Heaven's Door. You know, I think it's Bob Dylan's brand, so we're looking for celebrity whiskeys for a video. But, like, that wasn't what I bought. And then I didn't even know until, like, yesterday, a day after I had bought it, I come out here and pulled it out of the box, and I was like, that's not what I freaking wanted. So I got had a little bit. I got had. And I don't know if y'all have had the Decade series, but I got 116 proof single barrel instead. So 13-year single barrel of it, might have to pick it up. What's your next go-to from a Weller's? If you're talking about stuff you could regularly get in a store, probably Wild Turkey 101 is the one we go through the most here. We drink a ton of ancient age, but that's just because that's what we use in mixers for our old fashions and stuff. But as far as just like drinking it, Wild Turkey 101 just flies off the shelf here. All right, country boy, take it easy. 10 cup 10 year. I hear the 10 cup 10 year is really, really good. I had a 10 cup single barrel, but somebody wanted it, so I gave it away. So I don't even have any 10 cup on the bar right now. Well, DKG, yeah. Well, you can check the Alabama ABC website. Now, you got to, obviously, with Alabama drops, you got to have an Alabama driver's license. But as long as you have that, you're good to go. And they're posted on the website. It posts everywhere in the state that they drop stuff. Thought it was pretty good. One of these, the single barrel. It's fine. Like, I don't mind it. This is a good bottle. This was on my list of things I might want to buy. But they weren't even supposed to get these. They were just supposed to get the Heaven's Door. So I didn't even think to ask if, which Heaven's. They had 2 bottles. The other bottle may have been the Decades. I don't even freaking know. Got a Heaven's Door bear. Where is your store at, Saucy? Remind me. Is that Heaven's Door distilled in Indiana? So is it an MGP pick? I would guess so. Let's see if I can look at the. Again, I'm going to need a light for this nonsense right here. We'll read it like a commercial. Our annual single barrel bourbon limited allocation is comprised both of our own distilled barrels and sourced from partnering whiskey makers. This one is distilled in Indiana, Warehouse WG. Toast medium char number 3 cooperage ISC. So yeah, definitely an MGP sourced whiskey, which I like some MGP stuff. So that doesn't make it bad necessarily. It just kind of, you can get an MGP source thing in a lot of different labels. Saucy, I was hoping for a Decade. I thought I had one. I thought I'd bought one. Apparently, I had not. Middle Tennessee. Nice. So, like Nashville, that's Middle Tennessee, right? Is that the area? Where I'm at, Henry McKenna Bottle and Bond is out. Well, Henry McKenna Bottle and Bond's allocated here. Is it age stated? This one says single barrel Heaven's Door barrel bottle proof. I don't see any age statement on it. It does have, I think it does show the mash bill. 75% corn, 21% rye, 4% barley. Warehouse, it looks like it says risk level, but I think it's Rick level. It's just hard to read. But no, there is no age statement on this one at all that I can see. Make sure it's not on the neck anywhere. No age statement at all. Yeah, like I said, the Old Scout MGP pick was fantastic, so I'm not knocking it. But we also bought a bunch of other stuff, and I'm going to show y'all. 30 minutes west of Nashville. Nice. I get up to Nashville from time to time, man. I'll have to check it out. So I bought, when they give you a box, When they give you a box, you know you're in trouble. Now, this is their Elijah Craig single barrel. I didn't buy any Elijah Craig single barrel at all, but they did give me the Elijah Craig. They had an Elijah Craig store pick that I just did not take. So we'll go through, like, here's the receipt. I don't think they give me an itemized. Maybe they did. They might have. Get my light out here again because I'm blind. Yeah, so the Heaven's Door was $60. And then these other things we got 5 other bottles. But all 5 bottles are the exact same thing. And y'all are going to be surprised by these bottles. I'm going to be honest with you. Y'all are not going to expect what I'm pulling out of this right here. Y'all go ahead. Post your guess as to what I'm pulling out of this box. All 5 bottles in here are exactly the same thing. So we only have one unique bottle in here. Guess what you think this is. It's not an Elijah Craig single barrel. You'll never guess. Nobody will ever. I tell you what, if you guess what's in this box, I'll send you one of them. I'll just mail it to you. That's how confident I am that you will never guess. You get one guess, you will never guess what's in this box. Oak and Eden, their toasted barrel bourbon, their wheated bourbon. I don't think I've had any Oak and Eden stuff at all, no. It's a total gimmick, but I still thought it was good. I mean, I don't mind a gimmick as long as you deliver, right? Just south of Jackson. Awesome. Knob Creek Single Barrel Select Rye from Costco. That sounds pretty dang good. Whiskey Nose in the house. Rebel Yell. It's not a Rebel Yell. It's a good guess, though. Seth knows. So Seth knows. So yeah, don't guess if you know. Like, come on. You can't be cheating. You can't be cheating. I'm going to give y'all like another. Nobody's guessing. Like, some folks are guessing like I wish. Like, Whiskey Nose is guessing Michter's Rye 10-year, which is still on my list of bottles to attain that I don't own. But it's not anything that good. That's why, like, even if I were to send it to you, y'all wouldn't want it. You wouldn't want it. This is what we bought. 5 bottles of Ancient Age. Good old-fashioned Ancient Age. Not ancient age, which is pretty delicious. We bought this old shitter right here, Ancient Age. So, Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, carefully distilled along the banks of the Kentucky River according to the finest old traditions. And then bottled and sent to you. So 80 proof Ancient Age. 5 bottles of this crap. But we're doing it. We've got an idea. I've got an idea. So what I want to do is I want to take Ancient Age and I want to do a video series where we're trying to make this better than Blanton's. Can we get some whiskey reviewer to say that our concoction based on this is better than Blanton's? I've got some ideas. I don't know exactly how we're going to pull it off yet, but let's give this guy a try. It's been a long time since I've had this. Malort. I need some Malort. I'm going to do some Malort. Honestly, if I'd have had Malort, we would have done a Malort shot tonight for the punishment if I would have got it wrong, which I did not. By the way, if you weren't here, I did not get it wrong because I don't do that. I don't really do wrong. All I do is win, win, win no matter what. Now, it's been a long time since I've had Ancient Age. I've drank a lot of Ancient, but not this. Oh, let's see. Hold on just a second. We got Seth is getting a little moderated there by the algorithm. Oh, God, that's horrible. Like, I say that. It's low proof. It doesn't smell that different than, say, a Benchmark. It's got some interesting kind of toasty sweetness to it. And then it's just water. It's just water. Like, it smells okay. You're smelling it and you're like, that's not going to be that bad. That's okay. I can live with that. And then you drink it and you're like, I could have just had any other whiskey ever and been better off. So $12 right here. So we're going to start running experiments. If y'all have any experiments you think we should run on this that you think would make it better, we're going to put it in a barrel and age it. We're going to put oak staves in it. We're going to do some crazy stuff you may never have even thought of to try to make ancient age. I was about to say ancient age. Just make this guy better than Blanton's. We're going to take the proof up. We're going to do all sorts of dumb things. And then we're going to take it to some of y'all's favorite whiskey YouTubers. I'm going to pop it in the Lincoln, and I'm going to drive to their house. And I'm going to get, if we can, only if we can figure out some way to make this to where we think it stands a chance. It doesn't have to be a slam dunk. We just have to think that this stands a chance against Blanton's, that I will drive it anywhere in the United States and have them taste test it and see if we can get somebody to say our concoction is better than Blanton's. Do you think the old label 1920 Old Forester tastes different from the new label? I mean, honestly, Alex, I didn't even realize they had changed the label. I wouldn't know any reason why it would taste any different. 60%, 40% OGD. We may try that, Rob. Okay, so Rob, do I have any OGD? We were drinking the OGD pretty hard and heavy. I don't know if I have any left. Let me look. Where's the OGD? Did we drink it all? I may have to go pick some up. I swear I had a bottle of OGD here somewhere. But I was reorganizing some of these and I didn't see it. We may have drank the OGD. Oh, no, there she is right there. There she is. There she is. I mean, that might be cheating a little bit, but it's at least cheap whiskeys that we think would be better than Blanton's. So, let's see. What did you say? 60%. So, basically, let's say 66 to 33. So, two-thirds. Two-thirds. We're going to pour way more than this than I'm going to drink. So, one ounce. Just pour it all over the bar. 2 ounces. We make a mess. That's what we do. And then we're going to take the OGD. Now my hand's all wet and I can't get the cork to come out. And then pour 1 ounce of that guy in there. And I'm not drinking 3 ounces of this crap, just so you know. Add pesto. Oh, God. I hope you still have that confidence from Matt Madness. Frank's got a campaign going to get me added to Matt Madness. I keep forgetting this is not a Glencairn. I keep reaching for the knob. I mean, I don't know if I have, I don't know if I have the clout for that, to be honest with you. I may not have that Matt Madness kind of clout going. I don't think Matt's still in here at this point. This has kind of got derailed after I started drinking pesto. Is it a bourbon stream if you drink pesto? Probably not. Smokey, pour out the ancient age. Good. That's not a bad choice if you want to make it better. Pour in Blanton's. What we should do is pour ancient age into the Blanton's bottle, or at least ancient. Take ancient, pour it into Blanton's, pour the Blanton's into the ancient age, and then give it to somebody, like pour it in front of them and say, which one's better? Just start swapping really good whiskeys. Pour it out completely. It's just water, but I think we could do some things to kind of make it interesting, because I've got some ideas. We'll see. We'll see if they work. They may not work out. I really don't think half of them are going to work out, but who suggested this? Who suggested this? Who did the... It wasn't quite this ratio. I did a little different ratio because I don't want to do math. But Rob might... Like, here's the thing, Rob. This is definitely better than Ancient Age. It's still not wonderful. Like, there's no complexity to it, but it is like 100% better than Ancient Age for sure. Absolutely. Devil God. Well, that's an interesting username. I'm drinking orange juice, pineapple juice, rum with pineapple slices. So orange juice, pineapple juice, rum with slices of pineapple. That sounds pretty good. I mean, especially if you're in a hammock or you're on an island somewhere, that would be all right. 10% Ancient Age, 90%. Like, if you put 90% of anything else, I think that's kind of defeating what we're going for, but it's going to make it better for sure. Oh, the Ancient Age 10 star is good stuff. Like, I'm not hating on that at all. I like Ancient Age. We buy it in 1.75 liter bottles, and we go through a lot of it here. We use it as, like, that's kind of the house mixer here at my bar. But I'm trying to take, like, what's the worst Buffalo Trace product I can buy that I could reasonably try to make better in some way, playing around and using science. And I don't know if I'll win. I really don't. But the goal is to try to find something that stands a chance. The goal is not to win. The goal is to make it hard for them to choose. That's all. DKG will try anything. It might be bad. I mean, don't try pesto and absinthe and hot sauce. 1792 small batch is way better than Blanton's. I don't know if I would agree with that, Roscoe, but I do like 1792 small batch, so I could see how someone would like that. Equal or better than Blanton's. Give it a burn. Yeah, you gotta add some proof to it for sure. Put Jameson in Ancient Age? Oh, see, it's already water, and then Jameson's not super high proof, so I'm not sure that would help it a whole bunch. I wonder what an Ancient Age 80 Old Fashioned would taste like. Probably not great, honestly. It just doesn't add a lot of flavor to it. So Ancient does great in an Old Fashioned. Ancient Age, probably not much. Yeah, I think I need a benchmark 8. That would be interesting. But we bought 5 bottles of this guy to try some experiments. So I'm gonna film the videos sometime later this week, maybe early next week, where I put them in a bottle, I throw some oak staves on them. We're gonna just like do some things, record it, and then we've kind of got to wait a week or two to see how they mature. I've got some interesting stuff I want to try. You just have to watch the videos. We've got some fun things we're going to try with them, so it'll be interesting. None of them may turn out. It may be terrible across the boards. I don't really know. Why am I drinking this crap? This is what I want to be drinking. Never tried Blanton's. How does it compare to Eagle Rare? So Eagle Rare is not too dissimilar. Eagle Rare is 10 years old, so it's going to be older than Blanton's. It has like an interesting kind of grape note to it, so that kind of grape bitterness to it, just a hair, which makes it interesting and unique in my experience. But it's not, Eagle Rare is not as complex. It doesn't like have that evolution of flavors like a Blanton's. Not to say the Blanton's is like the greatest thing ever, but I would say, in my opinion, that Blanton's is a step up from Eagle Rare, depending on the bottle you get. It's a single barrel. It could vary from bottle to bottle. DKG says, make a concoction. He'll be the test subject. Well, there you go. 90 proof or 80 proof. Well, this is 80, I think. And I think Ancient is 90, isn't it? Yeah, 40% alcohol by volume. So this guy here is 80 proof water right there. Circle City's tried 3 different bottles of Blanton's and haven't liked a single bottle. So, and I've never really looked. I've never really spent any time looking at different bottles of Blanton's or anything like that. But in our Discord, we've had a little bit of a conversation around the Rick number on a bottle of Blanton's. So, I've got some Blanton's like this store pick right here. This is a store pick, Alabama ABC store pick of Blanton's. You can see the store pick sticker on it right there. This is Rick number 2. Rick number 2. So basically, this has just been kind of low in the Rick house. Now, they're going to pick for flavor profile, but Nate, who's been in our chat, swears by the higher Rick number. So if the Rick number's over, like, say, 50, he says those are much, much better bottles of Blanton's. So this one I've got is Rick number 76. That's 2. This is 76. Now, I don't realistically know how much of a difference that makes. That may be a video we try to do, like 76 versus 2. I don't really know. But I know this is a pretty good bottle of whiskey. Add White Dog, Michael says. Oof. It's hard to get rid of all of the ills of a White Dog unless you put it in a 53-gallon barrel and age it for a long time. Lance agrees. Got to run. Hey, Rob, appreciate you hanging out. What time is it? It's only 9:17. We're doing all right. We only been going for an hour and 15 minutes or so. The straight from the barrel is good stuff. That's Circle City. I like the straight from the barrel I like better than most of the Stag Juniors that I've had. Not all of them. I've got one open right now that I really like, but in general, the straight from the barrel I have open has been better than most of the Stag Juniors. Ancient Age and Maker's Mark 46. That actually, that Maker's 46 held up tonight. That was surprisingly good. So that's a wheater. So they definitely try to sneak in some wheaters. I'm trying to remember what the fourth one was. Oh, they had the McKenna. They had the wheater with the 46. The French Oak, I could tell that wasn't a Weller Antique 107 for sure, but it's a good whiskey. Blanton's is overrated? Sure, Brian. Absolutely. I don't disagree with that. It can be overrated and still delicious, though. Pappy's is overrated. Still delicious. I mean, still one of the best whiskeys I've ever had. Not the best, but it is still one of the best whiskeys I've ever had. And overrated. So it can be both. Taste both of them and review them. I feel like I need clean glasses for this, though, right? I mean, not that pouring in a dirty glass and then pouring in a clean glass is going to help you a whole bunch, but let's open this store pick right here. Give her a try. All right, so we got 8 versus 73, is that 76? So Rick 76 versus Rick House 2 right here. Let's start with the 2. I mean, straight from the barrel is really good. I would say this is better than okay. It's super hyped. Like, I wouldn't pay $130 for a bottle of this, but it's $60, which is what I paid for the one I bought this weekend. I would buy it all the time. Like, I would just keep several around for sure. In all honesty, that one's not particularly special. It doesn't have a great mouthfeel to it. It tastes good, but that's not special. That's not special. Now, this is a store pick, of course, but Buffalo Trace is not going to let you pick something that would just be completely outside of their profile. They're going to pull some barrels. And this is a single barrel already, so they're going to pull some barrels they would have released, and they're going to let you pick one. So it's not going to be crazy, but that's not special. That's a good bit better. I mean, it's not like crazy over the top better, but I don't know if we can confidently say that it's because of the Rick number or just a difference in barrels, right? Like, it could just be, it's a single barrel that come from a different barrel. So I would say this one has a little more viscosity to it. It's a little thicker, a little better mouthfeel. And this guy's a little plainer and a little simpler. So, but again, I'm not sure what to attribute that to. If you're going with the Rick theory, that supports it, but I don't know if that's like conclusive evidence. Home barrel aging. I've done a little home barrel aging, but I'm not of the opinion that home barrel aging makes whiskey better. It adds oak flavor. If you like oak flavor, fine. But I have a barrel. We're going to put one of these bottles in a barrel, and we're going to try to see if that improves it. I don't expect it to, but we're going to see. Stag Junior, I don't really know. Y'all let me know what's Stag Junior up to on the secondary market. I've never bought one secondary. Last time I saw them, they were like $250 or so, but they may be more than that now. I don't even know. Stag Junior is the only chase bottle, Circle City says. It's a good bottle. It's worth chasing. It really is. It's a good bottle. I try not to pay more than $200 for a bottle of whiskey, but it's a good bottle if you get the right batch. Let you chug one of the bottles? We don't really do chugs around here too much. Boozy fruit cocktail. And I would say, like, honestly, if somebody had handed me a Blanton straight from the barrel and said, this is Stag Junior, I would believe it. It's just Stag Junior batch, God knows what, right? 20 liters of ancient age I'm experimenting with aging in a barrel. So what size is the barrel, Josh? How big is the barrel? I mean, if you've got 20 liters, if you got a 53-gallon barrel, like, how big is the barrel? Also, the air type could be. That's fair enough. Fair enough, Bill. Just opened a number 54 first bottle of Blanton, so nothing to compare it to. So, Seth, what do you think about that bottle, though? Like, 54 is pretty good. That's a fairly high Rick number. Amongst the ones I own, 53 is above average. So, where are we with our own barrel? Lance, I'm still waiting on the distiller to tell me that he's gotten legal approval to buy our own barrel. $275 to $325. There you go. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to work with a local distiller to buy our own barrel of whiskey. And he's doing a bottle and bond wheated mash bill, and we're trying to buy a barrel of that and figure out how to kind of make that interesting and fun and an experience for the folks who participate and put the money up. So I'm still waiting on him. He said that the state of Alabama was meeting about it, but I haven't talked to him about it since. So I don't really know how those conversations have gone. After that, he is also supposedly checking into the legality of putting a barrel in the Lincoln and driving it around to age it. I don't think we're going to get legal approval on that, if I'm being honest with you. I don't know. I did have someone reach out, one of the patrons reached out, and we were talking about possibly doing a bourbon meetup if somebody is interested in that. I don't know. Like, at this point, we didn't expect 2 months into YouTube to be at a point to where we have enough subscribers and people watching these streams to actually do some sort of meetup. But if that interests y'all, let me know. Like, we'll figure out how to make that work, right? I know Cheech is having a meetup at some point, so I'm going to try to make it down to that. The podcast is having a meetup sometime in early next year in Nashville. So that could be really interesting. I'm going to try to make it to that as well, as long as nothing conflicts with it. But I don't know. Like, it doesn't have to be a big thing. If we could have 10 or 20 folks here, that would be kind of fun. Have them here. We could probably do something in John Emerald, have a good time. Alex took a trip to Oregon, saw quite a few Blantons on the shelf at many liquor stores. Lord, that's awesome, man. Apparently, they don't drink a lot of bourbon in Oregon. 20 liter. I got to do math in my head, but 20 liters is a decent-sized barrel. So a small barrel just adds oak. It doesn't really add maturity. So you really want a bigger barrel. 53 gallons is obviously the best size because that's what the big distillers use. So outside of that, I'm not really sure how a 20 liter, like it might be that kind of, you know, it adds oakiness, but it might add a little maturity as well. So interesting. Christopher, I appreciate that. I mean, that's cool. There's a lot of really cool bourbon content creators, but thank you. That's awesome. Where are you located, Christopher? Because Opelika, Alabama is the middle of freaking nowhere. Like, you have to fly into Atlanta, and then you got to drive an hour and a half to get here. So it's not like super easy to get to. David says he recently took a trip to Savannah for 2 days, and the first time I've ever seen a $17.92 at MSRP. Like, really? I can usually get $17.92 around here, no problem whatsoever. 3.8 liters per gallon. So 20 liters then would be 6 gallons-ish. 5 gallon. There you go. Circle City says. It's on urinals. Hey, man, who reads the urinal? Are we supposed to be reading the urinals at this point? Washington, D.C. I mean, that's not too far. I've definitely driven to Washington, D.C., but I'm not sure I'm worth, like, driving all the way to Opelika for. But if that's something y'all want to do, I'm interested in doing. Like, if we had 10 folks here, that would be cool. That would be a blast. We would have a lot of fun with that. In Kentucky this weekend took in a Buffalo Trace tour. It's a Monday, so the distillery was actively bottling single barrel E.H. Taylor. And they weren't selling it. What were they selling in the gift shop? Did they have any bottles for sale? 2 exits from Alabama. Brian, which direction? Where are you located? Walk off with a case, I'll bet. Not well versed in tasting notes, but I liked it and thought it was smooth on the back end. It definitely makes it into the rotation. Nice. DKG says he'll drive. Of course, you're not too far away, right? Just had some antique and now drinking Blanton's. No compare. Oh, 107 is. There is no comparison. And I hate to keep telling folks that. I hate for y'all to know that 107 is so good because I don't want y'all to be looking for it, right? I want to be able to find it. I need more bottles in my life. So it is what it is. Only selling regular Buffalo Trace and bourbon cream. Here's the thing. We tried all the bourbon cream. So me and Jill tried them all. We did it for a video. We didn't think the video was particularly good, so I never released it. But the Jim Beam bourbon cream, to us, was the best one. And Buffalo Trace bourbon cream's good. I want to say there was like a Ezra Brooks bourbon cream. I think that's right. That one was pretty similar to the Buffalo Trace. The Boones County bourbon cream, don't do that one. And maybe we had a bad one. I don't know. But it tasted like spoiled milk. But the Jim Beam bourbon cream was the best flavored one to us. And that one is actually the most available here in Alabama. I could go to any ABC store right now, and they probably have it on the shelf. So if you really like bourbon cream, just do the Jim Beam. It's good stuff. Road trip for Pennsylvania. That would be fun. Tallapoosa, Georgia. I'm from Tallapoosa County, Alabama, so I get it. Not too far. Yeah, DKG. I know. We talked. Weller's 107 is better. Yeah, of course, Lance. You got that right. Thank you, David. I appreciate that, man. Old Rip 10, how's it compare to Antique 107? I like the 107 better. They're both 107 proof. The Rip 10's good. I've got it on the top shelf up there. The Rib's good. And I don't know if I could pick it out in a blind, but having them back to back, I would say the 107 is a little better to me. And that may be just availability bias coming in just a little bit. But there's not a ton of difference between them. I really think the Pappies, the Lot B, the 12-year, would be the best Pappies if they would drop it at 107 proof, but they don't. They proof it way down to like 90. So I don't think it's as good as the 15 or the 10 to me. But it has really nice flavors, but I crave that proof out of it. I have not tried the latest Elijah Craig. You talking about the batch proof Elijah Craig, like the barrel proof Elijah Craig? I haven't tried that. Heard it's really good. $9.22. Well, that wouldn't be it, because like the batch proof is going to be what, ABC. I don't know. Are you talking about like the Alabama ABC store pick? Are you just talking about small batch Elijah Craig? They mix the bourbon cream with root beer. I've had that a few times. We've done that a few times. I haven't found a ton of good uses for bourbon cream that I would actually do, right? There's just not a lot of crap I want to mix with bourbon cream. It's like, you mix bourbon cream with ice cream. That's good. Well, shit, ice cream's good if I just leave it alone. If I just don't do anything to it, it's good. I don't need to add anything to ice cream to make it good. So it's like, okay, well, now mix it with root beer. It's pretty good. But how often are you drinking like a root beer float? Not that often. So I just haven't found, and I don't drink a lot of coffee, so I haven't found a great use for bourbon cream. Now, we had some folks here this weekend that weren't really into bourbon cream. They didn't know anything about it, but they were big coffee drinkers. So I let them try. I had Jim Beam bourbon cream. I let them try that. They're like, that would be pretty good in coffee. So when we went to the store and I bought all this Ancient Age and this Heaven's Door, they bought themselves a Jim Beam bourbon cream and they put it in their coffee Sunday morning, and they seem to really like it. So that seems to be like the most logical use if you just want to get a little alcohol in your coffee in the mornings before you go to work. But then, like, I don't know, you might get fired. So I'm trying not to be a bad influence here, but I just haven't had a great use for bourbon cream. I like bourbon cream. I just have no idea what to do with it. So even when I buy it, it ends up just sitting around and getting poured out and not getting used once we open it. I need some Weller Antique 107. Yes, you do, Josh. You need to find it. Put the effort in. Suck it up. Put a little more effort in. I don't know how you find it. I'm out. This is my last bottle. This is it. I had 6 of them, and I gave 2 away because folks really, 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 really wanted them, and I had 6, so I felt bad. And now I've drank the other 4, and this is the last freaking one, and this is my favorite bottle. So I was hoping they would drop it this month, and I would go wherever and spend however much time it took to get another one, but they didn't drop. So I don't know if you do many Irish whiskeys. I do not, David, not at all. I have not had Green Spot. Had it recently, and it tasted exactly like an apricot thumbprint cookie. The hell's a thumbprint cookie? Anybody know what a outside of David, anybody know what a thumbprint cookie is? Is this a thing? Is this an Irish thing? Who does thumbprint cookie? Are we making it, like, what is it? Am I making like I'm picturing a sugar cookie and I put my thumb in it. Like I'm going to thumbprint in the middle of this sugar cookie. I don't know. Hey, DKG, 4:30 is early. Take it easy, man. I appreciate you hanging up. What's your best pick for a price range of $50 to $70 for a rye? Michter's rye, for sure, in that price range. From PA, y'all could carpool. Don't mind the state control system is for cost. I mean, that is what's great. Like, I stood in line, I bought a Blanton's, it was $60 plus tax. But, you know, it still kind of sucks. It used to be good here. Like, we used to be able to manipulate the system and do all sorts of things. So it probably sucked for other people, but it was good for me. And once a system's good for you, you don't want it to change, even if it's better for everybody else, because it was good for me. Because I could show up at 9 o'clock and buy like 6 or 7 bottles of allocated whiskey. And now I have to wait in line like peasants. And it's crazy. A bit peaty on the Green Spot. Yeah, peaty's not my thing. I could take peaty better than malty, though, when it comes to whiskey. Michael knows that cookie. Thumbprint cookie is a shortbread cookie with jam in the middle. Okay, so I've probably drank a little too much if I'm going to tell y'all my Have y'all ever heard of snickerdoodle? I'm going to tell y'all a time I had a dream. I have crazy dreams. For those that don't know, I have absolutely insane dreams. So one night, I dreamed that I had died, and I'm sitting in a waiting room. So I'm in a cheap waiting room chair, and I'm sitting kind of toward the back, and there are sporadically people all in line in front of me, and we're in like a 70s wood panel wall. So the room is like wood paneled, like the cheap paneling from a 70s mobile home. And I'm sitting in the back, and I have no idea what's going on. And I've got my phone out, and I'm trying to check on what's going on. I have no idea what's happening in the world, or why I'm here, or how I got here, or what happened. And then somebody opened. It's almost like a doctor's office waiting room. So there's a door in the front corner to the right, and that door opens, and some woman, in kind of a nurse's outfit, comes through, and she's got a clipboard, and she calls my name. And I was like, okay, well, this is me. So I go in the back, and I get in the back, and I'm in a kitchen. They take me to a kitchen. It's a commercial kitchen, stainless steel, tables and all this stuff. And I'm standing there, and it's the gingerbread man. So it's like the gingerbread man from Shrek, right? So the gingerbread man is there, and he's like, okay, I hate to be the guy that breaks this to you, but you've died. And I've been the cook for God for a long time, and I'm retiring. And so we need somebody else. He loves snickerdoodle. He loves snickerdoodle. I don't know why. He freaking loves snickerdoodle. And we need somebody else to cook the snickerdoodle. And so we are rehearsing people, and you've just died. So you get to try out to be the new snickerdoodle cook for God, if you're interested. And I was like, I don't really know what my alternatives are, so I'll take it. I'll give this a try. So the whole time I'm like on my phone trying to figure out how I died, what happened. I don't know. I've got no freaking cell service in heaven apparently, or hell. I don't know where I was. But I try out to be the snickerdoodle cook for God, and it doesn't go well, and then I wake up. So I don't know. I don't know why I told you that story or how it's applicable to thumbprint cookies, but I felt like you might enjoy that. So there you go. It's somewhat lemony. The most logical use for bourbon cream is to give it to your wife while you're paying a few $100s for bourbon. It's a distraction, Jay-Z. That makes sense. Thumbprint cookies go good with cinnamon water. Awesome. Story time. This is story time with Brewzle. Imagine doing it. Somebody should clip that, and we should just release that as a video, right? Is poor man Pappy's worth making? So Josh, in general, I would say no, just because this is one of my favorite bottles of whiskey. So mixing it with a whiskey that I think is inferior to this one, Weller 12, doesn't make a lot of sense to me. We're going to try to get a couple of bottles of those two and make it and actually taste test it against Pappy's to see, but this is fantastic. I don't know why you would want to screw this up by pouring Weller 12 in it. Sounds like Beetlejuice. I mean, it may have been. I don't know. I'm just telling you, my dreams get kind of crazy. Some bottles you regret buying. I'm not a guy that lives on a lot of regret. I kind of meander through life and not really worry about the things that I've done in the past too much. Now I try really hard not to do dumb things, but the Mizunara Oak World Whiskey Society 15-year-old whiskey, like they call it the Kentucky Samurai. That's when I regretted immediately. Like for years, I kept it for 2 years before I opened it. But it's actually pretty good. It come in second in our blind last week. But that's like the second most amount of money I've ever paid for a bottle of whiskey. The bottle that came in first was half its price. Outside of that, I'm just in for the experience. Like there's no, I mean, I don't want to say the money doesn't mean anything to me, because it does. I don't have that kind of money, but if I buy something bad, as long as it's either a good learning experience or it's really fun, Like I don't like it's cool. It was worth the money. I don't pay really crazy secondary prices, so there's not a lot. So even like we did a review of Detling. I didn't like it. I don't know what I paid for the bottle, $30-40 for the bottle. And I just didn't like it at all. But I don't regret it because A, I got a video out of it. B, it was kind of fun, figuring out whether or not I did or did not like it. So regret is not something I live in a whole bunch. Just not a thing I dwell with. Sounds like a trip and not a dream. Dude, Smokey, my dreams get kind of nuts, man. And very vivid, like sometimes crazy and vivid. Do not mess with a good 107. That's what I'm saying, like poor man's Pappy. Here it is right here. It comes in a bottle with a nice red label on it. Hell, it may be better than a lot of the Pappies I've got sitting up on the shelf right there. So, peaty, green spot is not peated. There you go. Hey, David's calling you out there, Michael Myers. Take your mask off. Defend yourself. Looks like the chat has died. We have dwindled down to like 51 folks. We got 51 folks that don't want to chat here anymore. It's part of the journey. That's just part of the thing, right? Like there's not a regret. I'm just having a good time. So I buy a bad bottle, I have a good time with it. I buy a good bottle, I have a great time with it. It's good either way. Thanks, Lance. I appreciate it. Everybody hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, how did you get here? I don't know. I don't know how you got here, but hit that subscribe button. Be sure to check out the Discord. It was up in chat a little earlier. I think maybe Cheats checked out on us, but that's cool. Probably some other streams going on worth checking out as well. It's better than the 10 and the 15. I mean, that's debatable on the 15 year, but I probably like it more, but I don't know if that's just because of availability, right? If it's just like I can get that bottle, whereas the 15 is unobtainable. So if you're talking about a bottle that I can buy on the regular for $50, on secondary I could get it for $100. I could buy a case right now for $600. 6 of these for $600 shipped to me for $620, $630, versus Pappy's, which is going to be like the 15 is going to be what, $2,000 now on secondary at least for the Pappy 15. Yeah, I'm going to take this guy. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to take this guy. 41K subscribers. You've been a subscriber since 400. Country Boy come in early. Country Boy come. Of course, that's only 2 months. Country. That's what's funny about it. That's just July. That's early July. You just came in first week of July. But we're adding subs pretty regular. I mean, we're a little down this week just because we don't have one video that's hitting really well. We've been trying some different things. We shot a whole series of like 2 weeks worth of videos that are experiments to see what kind of results we get from them. And then we'll kind of get back regular on stuff that's actually working. But 41K or 41K, excuse me, we're going to hit 50K by next week. So we will have hit 50K in like 3 months, which is just like I never would have believed it when we started, for sure. Appreciate it, Whiskey Nose. Let the YouTube algorithm take me down the rabbit hole, and now you're here. You started from the bottom, now you're here. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, Jay-Z. Many good stories started with a bad bottle of whiskey. And the funny thing is I will get bottles where I think they're bad. I was like, this is not good. I don't like this at all. But then I'll just set it on the shelf, and then somebody will come by that says, this is my favorite brand of whiskey. And then they'll enjoy the hell out of it. So it's good to have that variety, even if it's not something that I would like. What's the worst liquor you've drank? The problem is the worst I've drank is probably going to be a bourbon from a small distillery. And I'm not going to shit on a small distillery. So I will leave out the worst, and I will move to the worst from a big distillery. And I absolutely cannot stand anything made by George Dickel. So any George Dickel whiskey, I just can't take the flavors that come with that. I can't do it. The option of an Elijah Craig Toasted, Blanton's, or Michter's 10. Oh my God, that's... Why do you have that option? Those are crazy options. You're making me stressed out about that. Like, just on secondary value, I would probably take the Michter's 10. But if you don't like that oakiness, like, Michter's 10 gets pretty oaky. But definitely, like, just rule out the Blantons at this point. And I would probably go with one of those other two just based on rarity. Although the Elijah Craig is kind of available around here once a year, it'll show up. So out of those, I would probably pick the Michter's 10 just based on rarity. Jerome, we did the video on Bird Dog. I didn't buy that. My son bought that, brought it to me, the little short chocolate Bird Dog. So I didn't buy it. So I can't regret that purchase, although he may have expensed it. I don't know. So I may have paid for it. I like Kentucky Spirit. I don't think I like it as much as Rare Breed, but I do enjoy Kentucky Spirit. I've got one on the bar back there. So my favorite rye is Michter's Barrel Strength Rye, but that's hard to get. So if we're going to go more regular, the Michter's Rye is really good, but it's not super rye forward. It's more of like a high rye bourbon, and it tastes very similar to a Michter's bourbon. So very caramel forward flavors, but a little bit of rye spice. Outside of that, so if you just cut Michter's out, I do enjoy the Willet 4-year rye. That one's pretty good. We've got to start buying. I've got a ton of suggestions on the rye video we did, and so we got to start buying more ryes. I've got to try more ryes. I have bought a few lately that I just didn't love. DKG found his way back. You more liquor in general? Not so the worst thing I've tried, like, I don't know. I haven't been most of the time I'm getting a recommendation from somebody that something's good. So I haven't tried a ton of bad stuff. I have not had the 82nd Airborne Bourbon, Seth. I almost bought it a couple times because my dad was actually in 82nd. He was in the 82nd Airborne out of Fort Bragg, North Carolina. So I almost picked a bottle of it up, and I wished I had it, but I haven't tried it. Blanton's Green is smooth. Nice. Well, I appreciate it, Country Boy. Take it easy. We're probably going to hang out another 10 minutes here or so, and then we're going to call it a day myself. Did I trash Bird Dog? I don't know. The funny thing about those shorts is we film 3 or 4 minutes of me talking about a whiskey. And then the editor, he cuts it down to a minute. And it's funny to me because we get a ton of comments. And every time we get a comment, it's about something that was cut out. So I'll say, oh, this is not good, but it's good for this, or it's good for that, or this is okay, or whatever. So, like, all of the, like, hedging that I do around whatever I'm saying gets cut out for some, like, absolute statement that's not necessarily false, but it's not 100% absolute. Gets cut out because we only have a minute. So the Bird Dog, I didn't think I was that, when I filmed the video, I didn't think I was that hard on it. I didn't enjoy it like needing a Glencairn, but I thought I was kind of okay with it. But a lot of the okayness gets cut out, and sometimes it seems like I'm being a little harsh about it. My favorite toasted barrel probably is the Elijah Craig. I do like the Michter's toasted barrel a lot as well. The Bird Dog, and the Bird Dog we tried was the chocolate. Like, what do you do with chocolate whiskey? What am I supposed to do with that? I don't know. We poured it in the little bit of Screwball we've got left, and it was better than either Screwball or Bird Dog. But I still don't know what I'm supposed to do with that combination of stuff. My thoughts on Whistle Pig Boss Hog and a $500 MSRP is that I'm just never going to try it at that. Like, it can't be worth $500. I don't care how good it is. It can't be worth $500 unless you're collecting it. Screwball makes me sick. Makes sense. Yeah, Pikesville's on the list. Pikesville's on the list. Old Forester's on the list. Like, we've seen, even the Wild Turkey 101 rye could be really interesting. I like Wild Turkey 101 bourbon so much. I think the rye could be really cool and interesting. Do you have any celebrity bourbon bottle? Alex may not be watching the content. I don't know. We did a video on the long branch. It's fine. It's not as good as a 101 wild turkey. It's not as good as a rare breed wild turkey. So it's in that price range. We've done celebrity wise. We did that in Proper 12. I just bought. We've got a video coming out. It may have been released on TikTok already. I don't know. Heck, it may have been on YouTube, where we did like. What was it, Florida Georgia Lines peach pecan whiskey. We did that one. I just bought Jason Aldean's Wolf Moon. We just got this Bob Dylan Heaven's Door we're going to be doing here pretty soon. So we're doing a ton of like the celebrity stuff. I didn't think the wild turkey long branch was wasn't particularly great. The girls I know like Bird Dog Peach with Blue Moon. Hey, if the girls like it, keep it around. I'm from Alabama. Would I spend $125 on a Michter's 10? Yes, I would. Just because I know how hard it is to come by and how much they go for on secondary. But yes, I would spend that on one for sure. Rare Breed Rye, Nick says, is pretty good stuff. What do I have left of the glass? This right here is, I'm pretty sure it's that Weller Antique 107 for sure. These are some things we were mixing up a little while ago. So this is the only one I'm going to be drinking. Ever set a fire playing with some of the high test bottles doing science? Yes. So I got a rocks glass out. So if you put a bourbon in a glass like this and you set fire to it, and then you let it run for just a little bit of time, and then you cover it and you put the fire out, it's a weird experience. And I'm not recommending you do it, but it's a weird experience where like you can't really taste the whiskey. It just kind of goes down your throat like almost like a gas. Like you could barely even tell you're drinking anything. So I was playing around with that one day, just trying to figure out if there's some video here or something interesting. And I let it go too long, and the glass got too hot, and the glass just broke into like 15 pieces. So I've done that. Like I haven't set fire to like the house or anything, but I definitely broke a couple of glasses playing around. Wild Turkey 101 Rye, I've tried it. I did like it. I need a bottle here to play around with a little more. Do I have a favorite YouTube bourbon channel besides my own? CH is asking the tough questions. There are quite a few. Honestly, like ADHD Whiskey and the Bourbon Junkies are probably the ones I watch the most. There's quite a few others that I'm kind of watching and getting into and trying to figure out, but those are the two that I probably spend the most time on. The Bourbon Junkies are interesting to me from like a content producer standpoint. It's two folks. They seem to be having a good time. They don't take themselves too seriously. Some folks are like super serious, and I'm not that guy. So that's fun to watch. ADHD Whiskey, again, dude's hilarious. Matt's freaking funny as can be to me. It took me a little while to really like understand his humor and get into it, but it's really, really fun. So if you're not subscribed to the Bourbon Junkies ADHD Whiskey, definitely do that. Obviously, I'm paying a lot of attention, and I really enjoy the editing and the style and the people involved with like Whiskey Tribe or Whiskey Vault. Same folks, different channels. That's a lot of fun as well. But they're not necessarily bourbon. They're more whiskey. So when you're creating content, you've got bourbon, which is kind of not a super small niche, but a niche. And then you've got like whiskey, which is a much wider audience if you're doing like Irish whiskey and Scotch and all of those things. But I don't enjoy Irish whiskey and Scotch. So we've experimented with that a little bit on the shorts, but I don't think I'm going to go deep into that. I think we're going to eventually, like when I say eventually, pretty soon, dial it back and really focus more on bourbon-focused content. Oh yeah, I do like how to drink. Like he's not bourbon, he's not Scotch. He's more like bartending. That's kind of where I put him. He reminds me of somebody I know in person very much, so I do enjoy How to Drink here on YouTube. Dude's got over 1 million subs. Creates a lot of really good content. He's pretty funny there as well. Yeah, Nick, I appreciate it. Valentine's, that was a good time. I enjoyed it. I worked my way, so I went to the Bourbon Junkies meetup in Michigan, and I kind of just decided last minute. So I hopped in the truck. I drove, I think it took me like 12, 13 hours to get there. And then I worked my way into the little VIP get-together on Friday at Valentine's Distillery. So that was a lot of fun. This Shakespeare of bourbon, I don't know if that's how I would describe him, but pretty good. Hey, there he is. Yeah, definitely. He's still hanging out. I can't believe he's still hanging out. He's been in incognito mode. Must be editing and listening. But some of my favorite content on YouTube, so I appreciate it. The vault has gone rogue with distilling all sorts of crap like Oreos. What are you talking about gone rogue? That pisses. This is what pisses me off about the whiskey vault. Okay, this is what it's not the vault. It is the tribe channel. This is what frustrates me. I have a database. I have a bank of ideas, really dumb ideas. Lots of them. Lots of them are really, really bad. And then half of my ideas that I have that we're wanting to do over the next year, they just keep releasing them. They keep dropping the videos. I was like, we should experiment with whiskey gadgets. And then they drop a freaking video on whiskey gadgets. I'm like, we should use the air still and see if we could distill like Oreos or something into a whiskey. And then they drop a freaking video distilling Oreos into a whiskey. And so I like them. They're hilarious. I love the people involved in that. I don't know them personally, but like it just frustrates me because I feel like I have all of these great ideas that are really dumb and funny, but then they keep doing them. And that just frustrates me because now I'm derivative. If they didn't do them, I'm original. This is original content and it's fun. But then once somebody else has done it, now I'm just copying somebody else. So that frustrates me a little bit, but it's fun stuff. ADAs, I'm always in the background listening to you. My place is bugged. Well, I mean, when you're live streaming, it's always bugged. So after the last live stream last Wednesday, I accidentally, this streams to YouTube, and I start and stop the live stream on YouTube. So I ended the stream on YouTube, but I left this machine accidentally streaming up to YouTube. Now, I flipped the cameras off. No danger of y'all seeing or hearing anything, but you might hear something, but definitely not going to see anything. But then, randomly Thursday, or I think it was Thursday, the next day, randomly, I don't know if one of my team members accidentally clicked go live or something happened, but we streamed for 5 minutes. Just the green, it goes to green screen once I click the cameras off. It just goes to green. So we were just streaming green footage to YouTube for 4 minutes. So I got to make sure I shut everything down from now on for sure. Absolutely. Oh, the vault folks they're really fun. What are the odds, ADHD Whiskey, that your Bardstown Bourbon blend is still available at the Bardstown Distillery? Just have to say his name 3 times. We may have messed up. We may have said it. Sold out a long time ago, but you should tell it's a blend. They know what to do. They should make more of it. Absolutely. It was a good bottle. I was able to try a little bit of it. It's really good neat. It's really good with Pepsi. Don't ask me how I know. Don't ask me how I know, but it's really, really good with Pepsi, for sure. One of my favorites with Pepsi. All right, folks, it is 10 o'clock. I'm going to call this live stream right now. I appreciate everybody hanging out. This has been a fun. I got dogs barking upstairs. I don't know if y'all could hear that, but it threw me off for a second. This has been a fun stream. I still drank the pesto nonsense mixture, even though I got it right. Y'all can't stump me. You can't stump me. You definitely can't get my wife to stump me. Come on. Lord. Y'all don't think I know my Weller, I was pretty nervous. I'll be honest. I was a little concerned. I wasn't sure I was actually going to get that one right. And I thought I was wrong because I had changed the order of them. So I appreciate everybody hanging out. We will be live on Wednesday. I think I'm a little tired. I need a little rest. I think I may just hop in the Lincoln tomorrow if I can get insurance on it. I'm still working on that. And I may just drive to the beach tomorrow and hang out and then drive back on Wednesday. But I should be back in time to live stream on Wednesday. So expect me here Wednesday. I will see y'all there. I appreciate everybody hanging out, and catch y'all next time.